Hello everyone. I received some feedback that there must be a simplification of oligopoly, that it is a bit too complex to understand. So let me attempt that today here. Oligopoly is defined as a market structure in which we have few sellers. Every firm in the market attempts naturally to maximize profit or its total revenue. So if the total cost is zero, they will try to enhance or increase the total revenue and thus maximize profits. The products in an oligopoly could be either homogeneous or differentiated. So you could have a product that is slightly different. Examples of oligopoly are the steel market, you have the automobile market, or you have the telecom market. In a car market, for example, you could have a car which is different from the other producer's car. So it's a differentiated product, yet the market is an oligopolistic structure. The most important feature of oligopoly is that since the number of players are limited or few, action of one firm impacts on the others. And that is important for us. As the market has few sellers, the actions of each vendor affect other vendors. When I say vendor, it means one who sells. So these markets are characterized by the fact that the efficiency of operations matter and large sums of money need to be invested as capital to have an efficient scale of operations. The cost of production in such industries are huge. Technology requirements may be large. Inputs may be specialized. Therefore, only a few competent or capable producers who can design the product according to what the market requires can be in the market. The actions are not predictable or determinable. The actions of individual firms and the reactions thereto from the competitors of the firm affect the industry price level or output level. The size of individual players could be large. Let us take an example where a homogeneous product exists and there are two firms A and B. When A takes a decision, it could be on the presumption that the rival firm B's output will be kept constant. So for each assumption, we may have a different solution. In a case where there is a homogeneous product and two firms and where firm's output is constant, Cournot, economist Cournot said that it would be 1/3 of the share with each firm. We don't go into the arithmetics of it, but we try to understand that the firm's output can be kept as constant, can be deemed to be constant by the rival. And yet another way we could think about or assume is that a rival firm holds its price constant. So A and B being in the market, A may decide that B will keep its price constant. In such cases, the prices may oscillate between the monopoly price and the maximum output price. If the price were to be one of monopoly, or if there is maximum output nearing a lot of supply in the market, the prices could differ. But in any case, in the second assumption, we are saying that we are expecting that prices remain constant. Now, in both of these, whether you keep the output constant or you keep the price constant, we do not recognize immediately that there is interdependence of the decision of one firm on that of another firm. But it shows that there is such an interdependence. You cannot just wish away your rival. Your rival exists and his price matters or his output matters. So, the result of such a model would be that there could be an identical price or an identical output, even without any collusion or even without an agreement. So, you could have, based on the fact that you expect your rival to react, there will be an identical price in the market or an identical output in the market. Now, an important factor in oligopoly is the much talked about kinged demand curve. The kinged demand curve outlines or underlines the strategic interdependence of a firm on another firm's action. There is price rigidity because in an upward move, if you change your prices, if firm A changes its price upwards, customers will switch over to firm B because it has not moved up its price. However, if firm A reduces its price, then customers of firm B will shift or threaten to shift, and therefore B will cut the prices too. So there is price rigidity, and firms will compete not on the basis of price, because in any upward movement, prices will not be changed by the rival, and in a downward movement, the prices will be changed, and therefore there is a jacket within which the prices will remain, and the price rigidity will ensure that competition is on the basis of quality, of service, of product design, or of promotions and advertisements. So, in order to increase the market share, they will have to take recourse to a non-price factor. Then there could be the cartel. As awareness of dependence increases among the players in the market or the firms in the market, they will attempt to share the market through a collective approach or through a group approach. A cartel is formed where decisions on price or decisions on output are controlled. Yet another model we would look at is a price leadership model, in which in oligopoly the price will be decided by the dominant firm. A dominant firm may be identified or may be defined as one that has got maximum market share. It's a large firm that can influence the market share or already has a large market share and can influence the market, or it can be a low-cost producer. In any case, He, as a price leader, can dictate the price or set the price, and the others will follow suit. The final point is in demystifying oligopoly is what is called the game theory. Game theory is simple. It is the method of choosing an appropriate strategy in situations of conflict. Every conflict, every competitive situation is a game between two or more players. So each firm has to choose what must be its appropriate strategy as there is a market conflict out there. A good example is a prisoner's dilemma. This is a concept or a game borrowed in economics from criminology. If you question two criminals who are captured separately, these are two criminals who have done the same crime together. Then they are captured and questioned separately. Then there could be situations where cooperation is unlikely or difficult, even though it could be beneficial to both players to do so. So, if a prisoner decides to keep silent, it may help him. Or if one prisoner decides to speak out and the other also decides to speak out, the truth will be out. It's a prisoner's dilemma what stance he should take. He can only make a certain guess about what his colleague criminal has decided to do. Either that colleague will speak or be silent. Either has a meaning for the outcome. In a similar vein, two competing companies have the options of either joining together, colluding, or promising to collude to say raise the prices or to limit output. They can join together in as an informal meet, for example, and then adhere to the decisions they have decided upon, or they can go back on that. So there is a risk element in deciphering or understanding or guessing what a rival would do in a given situation. So there is uncertainty there as to how the rival would conduct himself. This makes each firm work out a payoff matrix. What is payoff? Payoff is the result of a combination of strategies by two players in a game. So they chart out or chalk out or draw out or delineate the possible outcomes in a matrix, in a table. Give the outcomes of all combinations of strategies. If there are two players in a game they play, then a payoff matrix for the prisoners would be that both prisoners remain silent or both talk or just one of these two talk. And then you could look at the payoff being in terms of the punishment that they would get in a prisoner's dilemma. The same payoff could be taken up into an application in corporate economics. Say, what would be the outcome of an advertisement battle between two mega soft drink companies like Pepsi, Co, and Coca-Cola? This is the payoff matrix. Should one advertise or not advertise? In any case, in oligopoly, the best strategy may be what is called a tit for tat. That means do unto others what they have done unto you. But then, sometimes, as in a prisoner's dilemma, you are only guessing what your competitor may do or may not do. He may retaliate or not retaliate. In any case, we are playing a game in an oligopoly. So, the sum and substance of oligopoly is that there are a few firms. These firms are powerful, but they are restrained in their exercise of power by the fact that their opponent can retaliate or take a decision. So that brings any firm operating in an oligopoly to working out a combination of strategies. What will my competitor do if I do this? And having decided on all the outcomes, all the possible combinations of strategies, the two players in a game they play take decisions. This is the simplest method of perhaps understanding oligopoly. Thank you so much.